very much for checking out another video by TU NOVA Kettlebell Training. The other day I posted up about working with some off-feet athletes, so people who are either injured or disabled, so had to do a seated version of kettlebell sport. Had a few inquiries about, oh, how do you do it? I'm currently going through an injury myself, but I still want to keep on training, and I still want to keep using the bells and stuff. So I'm just going to explain some of the techniques and some of the things that I found helpful when it comes to doing seated variations of kettlebell lifting. Now, obviously, you've got to make sure that you are cleared by a doctor, a professional, to make sure that you are okay to be doing some sort of seated lifting. Okay, so that's first and foremost. Few things to think of is obviously the type of weight, the equipment that you're going to need as well. So what we tend to use with some of our guys is when they are doing seated versions, they have got a strap that comes around the legs and keeps them fixed to a box. Also, they have got their feet wedged against something, so they're not lifting off the floor when they're coming up. So if that's it, if you are going to be doing seated variations, make sure you've got those things in mind. You can do without, but just think for longer durations, the chance of lifting off can sometimes occur if the core strength isn't quite there. It also just gives you a fixed base and a fixed platform to work from. In terms of what you want to be sitting on, so we've got a few boxes here. Obviously this one's kind of like 16 inches high. You can either use a bench. What I try and get people to get to is try and sit around about 90 degrees in the hips, okay? And this is going to help us get to a good pivot, so when we're coming from the side, we're still working on our shoulder, being the pivot, we're still working that pendulum, and the principles still stay the same. So, how do we do it? A few things that are going to occur. When you first start, the chances are the kettlebells are going to come back, so you're probably going to catch the box or the bench a few times. That's completely fine. But what we're looking for is we're really going to work on using our upper body as the pendulum, just like we do when we're just doing standing, snatch, clean. We're still using our upper body as that pendulum. So I've got the kettlebell here. So as the kettlebell's behind, my shoulder's in front, and as the kettlebell's in front, my shoulder's behind. So I'm still working on that movement. So it's there, then coming back, okay? Exactly the same as what we would be doing if we were doing the standard variation. So from front on, if I'm doing long cycle, then basically what I'll be doing, I'd either have two kettlebells or one, depending on your preference. Gonna come back, up, push the hand in. Now, when you're doing a seated variation, the hand insertion is really important, just as it is when you're doing seated. Okay, main thing what we're trying to get is pushing our hand in through the letterbox. Okay, so from the side, if I'm just coming side on, we want to make sure that we're still pushing our hand through. So back, up, pushing the hand in. Okay, elbow is still going to sit on there. Just think we want that weight to be sitting down into our hip bone. We don't want it up here, sitting down. As we come to drop, okay, we're going to come back, wait for it to come through. Back, wait for it to come through. And you really get to feel when it gets to its weightless point and it starts to come back through, specifically in the seated version, even more so, it just accentuates that feeling. So wait for it to come back through, don't try and pull it. When you try and pull it, that's when it tends to hit off the side of the bench or the box, whatever you sat on. Okay? When we come to pressing it up, a few things we want to make sure that we're doing. As we're coming up, obviously, we can't use our legs to bump it up. So what we're going to use is our torso, we're going to really extend. So we're kind of in a bit of a flex position in wrap. Okay? So what we're going to do is really push out our abdomen, push out our chest, and that's going to give us a bit of a bump, send the kettlebell up. So if we're there, straight up, down, through, up, push our hand in, rest in, brace through, down, through, up, and then down. Okay, so that'll be a long cycle jerk, exactly the same as, again, you clean it up into this position, and what we're doing is the elbow sat on our hip bone, we've still got our hand inserted, so the kettlebell's still sat on the heel of the hand. All we're going to do from here, relaxed position, a bit flexed, got to extend through. Okay, so really push our abdomen through, push our chest through, and extend and press kettlebell overhead. Okay, one thing that I would say is when you come to drop into the clean, what can tend to happen if you're not thinking about that pendulum motion, what can tend to happen is the kettlebell can just come to the floor and you end up having to pull it up. This is going to be a bit fatiguing over time. So make sure you're there. Okay, so that's long cycle, clean and jerk. Snatch is a little bit more difficult because you're not able to use your legs, so you've got to really use that pendulum effect. But that being said, it is a little bit more trickier on hand insertion because you're trying to lift a little bit more with the arm. Okay, so same principles still apply in terms of I'm going to try and use my spare arm to help me get as much momentum up as possible, and I'm still going to be using the shoulder to go forward and back. So up, up, straight up, and down, up. As you can see, it's a bit clunky. It's going to take a little bit of time to get used to that movement, okay? Just transferring the weight, using forward and back, really helping that fly up and trying to push the hand in, okay? Clean and jerk along, obviously clean and jerk, long cycle, tend to be a lot easier in terms of technique and being able to muscle it. Snatch going to take a little bit more time. Does feel a little bit cumbersome at first. So as you're getting used to it, I would probably recommend breaking that down into half snatch, which is obviously just bringing it down through, then going all the way up. One thing that you'll find on snatch is sometimes you struggle to really get insertion. The reason being is because it's not flying up as much as it would be if you were doing the standing variation. So insertion can sometimes be a bit problematic, but that might just be my poo technique there, okay? But hopefully you find that helpful, guys. So just remember the things that we need to consider. The box height, try and get to around about 90 degrees, okay? So we've got a good range of movement with our torso that's going to be moving us forward and back. A strap to keep us attached to the bench, okay? Something in front of our feet that's going to keep us wedged in and not help them lift off, okay? If you are working on a boot, say if you have done your ankle at the moment, obviously your leg's going to be straight out. I would look at how this is elevated, how this is out of the way. And also make sure that you are cleared to be doing exercise if you are off feet, or if there's any issues and stuff, make sure that you're 100% ready to rock and roll. But you guys, give it a try. It's really good. Actually, for me playing about, it's actually made me discover a few little different things, which has been quite cool. So yeah, hopefully that helps, guys, and we'll speak again soon.